Let me go get one of these sandwiches.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good chance he probably
Yeah,
would run into him.
yeah. Now I have to like roll up on him. So I just he moves. He moves in 2 months. So maybe I'll check it out then.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so do you have icks when it comes to dating?
Icks. So, what exactly is considered an ick?
An ick is anything that makes me go. An ick is just something that like it grosses me out
Mm,
or it turns me off. Like it makes me not want to talk to them. Like it's
mm,
not a deal breaker, like a red flag,
mhm.
but it's just like a ugh. Can we change that, or does this come with the package? like, like that's what an ick is. So I have icks, and my icks are probably gonna be unreasonable. My icks are probably gonna be insane. I
Mm,
don't care. They are my icks.
mhm,
And I also like I'm owning up to them because some of them I feel like the guy has no control over. And then some of them they do 100%. So I broke my icks down to just like overall icks
Okay.
and then like dating profile or like dating app
Oof.
icks.
Oof. Yeah.
So since this is a dating show,
Yes.
uh a relationship talk show, if you will,
Hmm.
I'm gonna start with the profile icks.
Okay.
And I have some things to say, and I think I'm very opinionated, and there's one in here particular that I don't know. I don't know if you'll agree with, but it might rub some people the wrong way. But I don't give a fuck because like yeah, they're my ex. They can be whatever they want to be. I don't give a shit.
Look, this is
Uh,
your platform, honey. Okay, you say
right,
whatever this.
right. We already hit record, and I'm not stopped now. Okay, so my first like profile dating ick is if a guy has a dead fish or an animal or like a dead animal in his profile picture.
Oh,
I
like if they're hunting.
yeah, I
Uh,
cannot stand that. Like it makes no sense to me. Like I'm so glad that you have a hobby and that hobby like keeps you out of trouble and keeps you out of my face, but I don't need to see the dead animal. Like if you enjoy fishing, which I do not, but if you do, like have a picture of you on a boat or with a fishing rod. If you like to hunt, have a picture of you in your camouflage or, in a deer stand. Like,
mm-hmm.
why you got a dead animal on your and I don't know. Every time I see a guy, I'm just like, why? It's a choice. But why did you make that choice? Um, so
That one,
you
yeah.
probably swipe left on those immediately because majority of those are probably going to be white. I
Yeah.
think I've only seen like maybe 3 black guys with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a swipe for me, automatic.
Automatic no. If the guy is really hot, I'll allow it.
Mm-hmm.
But most of them are not. So it's an automatic, just like, ew, why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, my next one is I do not like when I read a guy's profile, which I hardly ever do, but when I do, if they're ranting on their profile, like don't message me if you with the bullshit, or if you're not a traditional woman, don't talk to me, or swipe left if you're a liberal. Like, bruh, who gives a fuck? When I see that, I automatically think, who hurt you? And why
Right.
are you letting me know that they hurt you? Because now
Yeah.
you look like a bitch, and I'm not interested in bitches. So I, every time I see one, I'm just like, even if they're hot, I still swipe left because I cannot deal
Hmm.
with a bitch ass man. I can't do it. And
Yeah,
ranting on a dating profile is just the ultimate form of bitchery for me.
I would have to agree. It gets lengthy, it gets wordy, it gives bitter. It gives all of that. Like, okay, yes, queen. State what it is.
Go off, queen.
Yes.
I had one of my friends, I saw him on the dating app, and I was just like, "Oh, let me see what his profile says."
Mhm.
And he was ranting. I immediately texted him. I was like, "Take this down immediately. Take it down." He
Yeah.
was like, "What is the truth?" It was something about like women don't want relationships anymore. They just want to use you for whatever, blah 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 blah. And
Oh,
I'm just like, "You sound bitter. You
oh.
sound like somebody who's not fun." And I know you are fun. Like, no girl is gonna want to deal with somebody who has all this bullshit. So I told him to change it, and he did, thankfully. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's a bit much. So I have kind of added something like, similar, and you let me know if that's like kind of fall in a category on mine. And I just basically say like not looking for a good morning text pal. And then don't like me if you're not trying to like get to know me. And then the other one I think is, what's the other one? Oh, and don't message me if your pictures are outdated. So those are the three.
That's legit. That's one of my icks, the
Yeah.
last one.
Yes, mine too, girl. I'm so interested to see how many we have similar, but yes, mine.
You know, I mean, I'm not like a dating profile expert or anything. Like, my profile is just very fun,
Hmm.
but like it gives you insight to who I am.
Yeah.
And I think at one point I had something about like, guys, I know you're interested in the ass, but at least have a conversation first. But I mean, like, it's true, right? But I took it out because I was just like, I don't know. People see that and be like, oh, blah 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 blah, and then I gotta talk about that, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's all jokes here. I don't know. I mean, it's probably fine. Like, if no guy has said anything, it's probably okay. I think I'm just picky.
I had one
What
guy,
is
he
it?
did compliment me on it. He was like, your profile says a lot, and that's what kind of led me to reach out to you. And so I went to his profile. His profile had nothing, which is one of my icks. I'm like, you have nothing on your profile, sir. Like, what am I supposed to go off of? And then it's not like they're forthcoming with the information. So now it's
Ugh.
like, do we gotta like piece this and string it? Okay, I got one piece. All right, let me get another piece. Like, no, bro, tell me something. Like, do I have to really say, tell me about yourself? I
That
see it.
should have that should have been one of my icks. I hate that too.
Yeah.
But ugh. Oh, you mentioned the like good morning text. That is one of my icks. Good morning text and what you do in text that don't even spell out what you doing. It's just,
Oh
what
my
is it? WY, what, how do
God.
you
WYD.
WYD? I was like, how do you even spell it? I don't even know. Um I oh god, whenever a guy texts me good morning, I literally do not respond.
Mm.
Um, unless it's Alamo Bay. He sent me a good morning text this morning. I just responded no. Leave me in my morning alone, sir.
No, I like no.
No. Cause like you don't want anything.
It's exhausting. It can be exhausting.
It's so annoying, especially when it's every fucking day and there's no conversation. There's no follow up. There's nothing. It's like, so you just wanted to waste my battery life. You're not about to stress me out on my phone. I'm sorry. No.
Or the
No.
hey. Hey is another one I hate. When somebody just texts hey, and I'm sitting there looking at my phone like, okay, something else gonna come after this? Hey. Like,
When they say hey, I say hi.
right?
I
Like,
just
hey. What are we
no.
doing?
Cause they wanna be like a princess, and I'm not about to baby you and try to, like you said, like, pull out information from you. Like, learn how
Mhm.
to communicate or or don't. I don't care. I won't be at the other end of these messages. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know. All right.
I stay on ready for the when I say hey back. They're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, not about to pull out information from you. Like, what do you want?
Not about to entertain this conversation that will go nowhere.
Right? Yeah. Now, what's
Ugh.
your next one?
Oh, like what you said, the old pics or the pics with filters or the AI pics. Girl, I see so many guys with AI pics, and I'm just like, clearly I'm not swiping right on you because what were you thinking?
Yes, sis. You might have hit them angles.
And I hate the AI pics are bad, right? But the filter pics are worse because, sweetie, why do you have rainbows and butterflies
And
above your
sparkles.
head? Why are your eyes as big as a doe? Why is your skin smoother than mine? We know
Mm,
you don't. We know you
mm,
don't take care of yourself. Like why?
mm,
Like who told you this was okay?
mm.
And I know it's gonna be like, well, girls do it, so we can do it too. I bet that's a rebuttal.
Look, I was about to say something so vulgar. I was, I was about to say I play with something too. You got one? You gonna play with it? You play, you play with yours too?
So, oh god, I
Yeah,
hate that.
I do. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't even have anything else to say. It's just like old pics that are like 10 plus
Yeah.
years old,
Mm-hmm.
the filters out of control, and
Mm-hmm.
AI is not your friend. Sir, you do not look like that. You know you don't look like that. Please stop.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Yeah.
So my last one for like the dating and profiles, and this is the one where I feel like everyone will not agree. And it's just for me, I think it's just finding a delicate balance, maybe. I have come across so many profiles that have said, I'm looking for a real woman only. So this can be taken two ways. And I
Mm,
take it one way in particular because I'm almost certain that's what they mean. So one way could be I'm looking for like a traditional woman who cooks and cleans, who's submissive and whatever their definition of a real woman is.
mm,
Or it can mean no trans women,
mm,
which I'm almost certain that's what they mean because
mhm.
I've seen some that have said that. And that just gives me such a huge ick because the first thing that I'm thinking is if you don't like trans women, don't talk to them.
Yeah.
Like if you see one swipes on you, you don't have to swipe back.
Mm-mm.
Or or if you see her and she's so beautiful you can't tell that she's a trans woman, then in conversation is gonna come up eventually. And
Mhm.
like I understand, a lot of trans women, they're very careful about like when they let people know that they're trans out of safety. But I
Mhm.
also think a lot of them tend to be transparent because they're subjected to violence.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just one of those things. It's just like I don't know, girl. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to like formulate the best way to say it, but it's just like, first of all, this isn't just how I think. I'm like, first of all, guy, you're single.
Mm.
You're probably not getting any girls. So if a trans woman likes you, you should probably count yourself lucky because there are probably a bunch of us who don't want you.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I'm the type of person, I'm like, love is love. Whoever your person is who your person is.
Mhm.
And why close the door to a potential person who could be the love of your life just because you don't
Mm.
like that they weren't born
Mhm.
a woman?
Yep.
But when you say no trans women, to me, it's just saying out loud and proud that you're like a bigot and you don't like people part of the LGBTQIA community. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just don't like it. I just don't like it. It just
Yeah. Yeah, I've came across a few profiles like that too that kind of went on a tangent about that. Like, either they really feel some type of way about it, or maybe they came across one that lied or whatever the case. But yeah, it was like a whole tangent, and I was like, well, swipe.
My thought is, oh, you must have really liked it, and then like it hurt your
Hmm.
pride or ego to find out that they, weren't born a woman. But at the end of the day,
Got to be more
somebody's
careful.
giving somebody's giving you some attention because
Hmm. Ask the tough questions.
yeah, ask the questions, but also like don't be a bigot. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
true.
Don't knock until you try. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not promoting anything. It's just weird to me. It's just weird.
Yeah,
You could just not talk to them and just be on your merry way. I
yeah.
feel like chances are that they don't want to talk to you either. So
No, once they get to
the
know like the
feelings,
type of person you are, they're probably gonna be like, nah, I'm good.
right?
Mm-mm. So you say that about, how the guys you don't want to hear about the whole want a real woman. So one of the things is my online ick is when they feel like they have to announce that they are alpha male. And I kind of like
Ew.
hit on this on a previous episode. It just drives me crazy. Like, why do you feel the need to tell me that you are an alpha male? Because if you are a true alpha, you don't have to state it at all. It's going to be known. It's going to be presented. We're going to see it. It's going to come out. By you saying it, it's like, are you trying to convince yourself that you're alpha male, or is this just a phrase that you done heard recently and now like you're going to use it? Oh, I'm alpha. I'm an alpha male. Mm-mm-mm. Are you submissive?
You know what? Oh, I'm so glad you said that word. Two things.
Hmm.
One, I heard men who tell women that they are alpha males
Hmm.
are not in fact alpha males because an alpha male is an alpha among other males.
Hmm.
He wouldn't be an alpha among females
Hmm.
because that alpha, beta, zeta relationship is strictly like within the sexes. So I was like, that's interesting. And the other thing that I heard today is about submissive females. And side note, I had a conversation with Alamo Bay about this and it got me all riled up. And I was just like, okay, I'm done with this conversation. But, anyways, it was a TikTok.
Hmm.
And the girl was saying that men who say they want a submissive female because like that's how women are. She was saying like women and female in general are not naturally submissive. That's
Hmm.
why there's so many rules to try to control us
Hmm.
because we're not actually submissive. Because if we were, then you wouldn't need rules. And that a man who wants a submissive woman actually wants a submissive man. And I was just like, that's interesting. That's interesting because she was just like, if you are a natural leader, if you are a good man, if you have a good relationship, then like you're not looking for a woman to submit. You guys are
Hmm.
working together. I
Yes.
was just like, ooh, that's some good. That's some good stuff. That's some
Yes.
good stuff. And from now on, from now until eternity, if a man tells me he wants a submissive woman, I'm like, you mean a man
Mm-hmm.
because I don't submit, sir.
Right. Girl, let me tell you, I had one guy that conversation was going good, met him online, and then we just like, I don't know if he had a bad day at work or what. And we started talking about, him being alpha and him and his, wanting a submissive woman. And then I was just like questioning it, like, okay, so explain it. Like, explain what this means exactly to you. Because there's multiple people who think multiple ways and have different meanings and so forth without actually fully understanding it. So he was like, well, for instance, he's like, if we're taking a drive and you notice that I'm going the wrong way, he's like, I would just prefer for you to just sit there and, just let me continue to take us there. And, um, and then from there, once I realize this is the wrong way, let me course correct and then continue on the journey. And I'm like, so you just want me to just sit there and just shut up and let us go down the wrong path? Okay, so basically what you're saying is if we're about to reach the end of the road, we about to go off this cliff. You want me to sit here in this vehicle with you and ride off this cliff with you? I'm like, nah, bro, that's not gonna work. I was like, I'm about to get out this vehicle right now. And then he was like, oh, you got a lot to say. What?
No.
I was like, yes, yes. I was just like,
Oh
what
my
is
god.
happening right now? I'm like, oh no. I was like, this isn't, we not aligned. I'm like, there's
And
no
you know
way.
what? I feel those are the main guys who will lead you to literal hell.
Yeah.
Like they don't know what they're doing. They don't
Mm-mm.
know how to lead. Like, do you even know what a leader is, sir? A leader listens to their people. What are you want to be a dictator?
I'm just
Get
gonna
the
sit in the
fuck out of
car.
here. Get the fuck out of here.
Guess this life isn't made for me. I'll see you in the afterlife.
That is so dumb.
I was like, oh my God. And so that was like the beginning of me not wanting to hear the whole alpha. But I'm just like, and that's why I started questioning, like, what does this mean to you, sir? I
Well,
want to hear a
so
definition.
somebody else said like in that whole like vein of like an alpha male and like a submissive woman, like when men describe like their perfect woman, if they're alpha male, like they're describing like a slave
Mm,
too. Like they just want someone to be underneath them that they can control. It's just like it's not how relationships are supposed to work.
you need to get a dog. Get a dog. Get an
Even
animal.
I can't even recommend a dog for
Right. Because
I would
sometimes
put a
local
dog
look at me like, no, I ain't coming nowhere.
right. Morocco is just like, bitch, if it ain't involving food or my walk, I'm not doing it.
Right? Yeah. Mm-mm. So I think that would be the only other. Oh, and then there's one more for my online that we didn't already agree on is don't request my number and you can't hold a conversation. Like the ones that, hey, I'm not good at this app or I'm not always on here, can we exchange numbers? And then I give you my number and then now it's just like, hey,
What was the point, sir? What was the point?
like what are we doing? Like really? Yeah, that's the other one.
It's
Mm-mm.
yeah, I gave this guy my number last week. He was pretty chill. And I hadn't heard from him since Friday. And I was just like, cool, we could have left it in the app. You did not need my fake number. Like
Nope.
this is exactly why I give out a fake number.
Hmm.
Because I can just change it and I don't
Yes.
ever have to hear from you again. But it's so crazy, like I feel like so many guys either use that line, like, "Oh, I'm not good at this,"
Mm,
like, "Let's exchange numbers," or like, "Oh, I'm not good at this. Let's go on a date like
mm.
tomorrow." And I'm just like, "Nah, bruh. Nah, this don't feel right. It feels like you're lying to me and usually they are."
Yeah. But see, that's when I like though. I like the let's hurry up and meet. Let's rip this band-aid off. Let's see what icks we have in person, and then
Oh,
let's
I have
decide
a
from there.
question.
Uh-huh.
So, have you noticed well, okay, of the guys that you may have waited to meet, have you noticed were the dates better, worse, or the same of the ones like you met soon versus the ones you like waited a little bit longer to meet? Has there been any notable difference?
Um, I would say yes. I would say that the conversation has lasted a little longer. There is more to talk about. It's a little bit more comfortable in the midst of it versus I'm kind of just meeting you for the first time after like just talking briefly. And then now it's like we're trying to pour out everything right then and there. And then it's
Mhm.
like, oh, I have 5 kids, by the way, and I got 5 baby mamas. And
Ooh, not the 5 baby mamas.
yeah, it's like, oh, wait, we didn't talk about any of this stuff. This is the automatic no, you know? So I would say, yeah, getting all that stuff out initially, via talking for a period of time and then meeting. It's like, okay, I can see it working because then I can eliminate them uh, in the midst of the phone conversation, like, oh, this isn't going to work out. I don't think our goals are aligned. And so I wish you all the best in my, non-ghosting realm. Like,
Gross.
so yeah, that's definitely one of the benefits I've seen of it. So we'll see.
I was just curious because I feel like my dates have been better the ones that I waited.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still single, so they weren't that much better, but
Hmm.
they were at least me worth getting dressed up for,
Hmm.
if nothing else.
Hmm.
Um, okay, so those were all your online dating ones, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go to like my kind of overall and like sorry about it, not sorry
Hmm.
ones. My this is so bad. My, sorry,
Everybody
I'm still
hold
like
on to your seats. It's about to get real.
it's just you're just about to see how shitty of a person I am. Truly, that's it.
Well, I'm
um,
sure there's a bunch of people that is going to agree with a lot of these, if not all. There are. And you're probably like, you know what that does? Like, make me go, ugh, I am not alone. Yeah.
okay, so my first one is the guys that have like the flat heads are like their heads are small. Like they were left on their back as a baby. I hate it. I hate it.
I wasn't ready. I had an instant visual. Okay.
It's not their fault. It's not their fault.
Well, so
I
we can
just
mold it a little bit more.
it's just where's the rest of your head, sir? I can't you know what? Sometimes I'm like, do I have a flat head? Because I got all this fucking hair back here. So I don't even know. My head may be flat for all I know. But I just, whenever I see it, I'm just like, why? And I hate it when you can't tell. And
Okay.
like from the front, you're like, damn, he fine. And like he turns around, and you're just like, God damn.
Like, where the rest of it?
Oh God, I feel so bad.
Your thoughts got cut off quick.
It's like, oh, no wonder you can't form a informed opinion. Wow. Okay, it makes sense. Uh, okay. Oh, I think that's probably the worst of it.
Mhm.
Because I'm just like I can't do it. Um, my other one is if they have like head acne. You
Mm.
know, like around their I don't even know what you call it, the nape of their neck.
Yeah. From like, I think it's like from shaving or something like that.
Yeah, I can't. I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because I'm a big head rubber too. Like I like to do like when I sit and watch TV,
I
start
I
doing.
love to play in my guy's
Yeah.
hair, and if you I can't. I
Mm,
dated a guy who had it, and I was just every time he had it, I was just like,
mm,
"Call me when it goes away, sweetie, because
mm.
I can't do it." It's it's no, cause why? Cause why? Ugh. No, I can't do that. Mm-mm. Nope, nope, nope. And I hope I am never cursed with having someone that
Yeah.
I fall in love with that has a flat head.
Oh no. Flathead and bumpy road.
Oh god, I just we'll be at every fucking dermatologist to get that fixed, and then I'd be like, "Can you also like put a mold on
No, not a mole.
Can you do something? Because I can't do it.
Oh.
Oh. Okay,
Oh.
okay, okay. Another way for me, uh, bad teeth.
Mm.
I can't. No.
Hmm.
I even have a thing now where, like, if I'm on a dating app and I see a guy, he doesn't smile, I just assume he has bad teeth, and I don't
Yes.
I don't swipe on
Yes.
him
Yes.
because I don't even wanna look at you.
Right? I do that too. I go through all the pictures looking for some kind of smile or something and nothing. And that drives me crazy. I'm like, okay, well, what are you hiding?
Yeah, if it's bad teeth, like, I know people can get braces, they can get veneers,
Mhm.
crowns, whatever, all those things, but, like, if you ain't got it when you met me, you're not going too far with me. I have eyes and I see, and that's something I personally do not wanna see. It
Yeah.
no, mm-mm.
Yeah.
And, like, discolored and, just there's so many things. There's so many things. I went on a date with a guy, not too long ago. It was last year, and he wasn't that cute.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure from the photos, like, I was like, you know, in person, it could be, like, 50-50.
Mhm.
But he was, like, a smoker at one point. I don't think he smokes anymore,
Mhm.
but, like, you could tell by his teeth, like, they were very opaque, like, you could
Mhm.
just see through them, and I was just like,
Mhm.
our smiles are not aligned." Like, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
They no, you gotta be close. They don't have to be perfect, but they
Yeah.
gotta be you.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I'm with you. Yeah.
And then the worst part is when they comment, they're like, "Oh my god, your teeth are so beautiful," and I'm just like, "Thank you. Wish I could say the same, sir."
I
Uh,
know. Yeah.
I
'Cause I love a good smile and yeah, that's important. I feel like it comes with the you got to care about your appearance and everything and your upkeep and stuff. So
yeah,
like
invest, invest in you,
yeah.
invest in you, please.
Mhm.
I just, mm-mm. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just feel like there's nothing that can turn me off quicker than somebody opening their mouth, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Okay,
is.
I have two more. I have two more, and then I'm done. Okay, I think these are more universal. I cannot stand a cheap man. Like, that's a huge ick of mine if a guy is cheap. Like, I had a guy, we went on a date. He wanted to split a meal, and I was just like, ew.
Mm,
It wasn't even an expensive meal. We went to the Eagle
mm,
on Mass Ave.
mhm.
What was it, like $30 a meal?
Yeah.
Maybe
They have that
40.
really
I don't
good
know.
chicken, right? I went to in
Yeah.
Cincinnati. That's where I went.
Mhm. Yeah, he wanted to split a meal, and I was just like, "Yeah, I don't. Why? Why are we doing this?"
Yeah.
Or if you're just like a cheap person in general, like somebody who I'm not ragging on somebody who shops at Walmart or whatever, but like if you are wearing Walmart clothes, but you can afford something better, and
Mm.
not like you have to be in designer dripped out, but like, sir, why are you?
Now, what if they pair it up really nice though? Like they got it matching, they got the, color coordination. Like they making it
Ex-
work.
Nah, you're not gonna be able to convince me. No, just
What if it's gray sweatpants from Walmart with a white tee?
okay. I can see that. I'm reasonable. I'm reasonable. I love a great sweatpant.
Yeah,
Mm.
white tee. It's just something about that. Just ugh.
But like seriously, like if they're cheap, like always. Like everything they I don't know, like make a comment about the cost of everything. I
Yeah.
mean, like I know I was complaining about gas prices earlier, but at the same time, it's like I'm not like, "Oh, let me not get the premium. Let me get the unleaded
Mm-hmm.
because I'm so cheap." It's not that. It's just like, why the fuck is inflation so much? But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just a guy who's cheap, cheap with their money, cheap with their time, cheap with their cologne. Like I don't know. I don't like a cheap guy.
Yeah.
It's and I think like if you're frugal, that's the one thing. But if you're just cheap,
Mm-hmm.
no, I can't.
I think the price checking will constantly get to me.
Oof.
That would be one of the things. It's like I don't want to hear about how much this costs. I don't want to hear you complaining about it. That part would definitely do it for me.
Especially if it's all the time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you ain't got it, just stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I don't have the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. It's
I
a
agree.
it's an ick for me. And okay, so my last one is men who lie. And men who lie, it depends, right? Like, if you are a pathological liar, that is a red flag. Like, it's a no for me. But if you lie just about like little things, like
Mm-hmm.
as a joke, that's an ick. And like my example, I was talking to Alamo Bay the other day, and we were talking about something stupid about exercising. And he was just like, "Oh, I can't tell you too much about that because I have a patent pending." And I was just like, "You don't have a patent for this exercise. Why would you say that?" And so he was just like, "That's what they all say until my shit comes out on the market." And I was just like, "Nobody with a patent says that." Like, what are you talking about? So me and all of my infinite detective skills, I went on the patent site and I
Uh-huh.
typed his name in, and of course there were no results. So I screenshot it and I sent it to him, and he was like, "Oh, I was joking." He was like, "That's why we have so many problems." He was like, "I'll joke, but you won't get it." I was like, "No, you're lying. You're telling a lie. It's not a joke because it's not funny. It's a
Right.
lie." Like
Oh
stuff
my
like that. I'm just
God.
like I just get like the biggest ick because why? Why did you even need to say that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was pointless.
Yeah, right? Like it was stupid, and like now I think you look stupid, and now
Yeah.
I feel stupid for even going on the website, even though I knew you didn't have a patent. Like I don't know, like stuff like that. I was just like, ugh. Or like what else? Saying just like random say. Well, maybe it's not so much lies, but it's just like just saying random things that don't quite make sense. Like I told you when he was like, "Oh, I'm not a regular degular when it comes to
Oh,
drinking tequila." What the fuck does that mean, bro? And why are you saying that?
yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just like, just shut the fuck up. I don't know. Just shut the fuck up. You're not saying anything. Or what else? What else do men say? Even like the whole alpha thing. Like that's a lie. You're
Yeah.
not an alpha.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. It kind of goes into one of my icks, which is I don't care for the ones that like to overflex their status.
Yeah. Ugh, yeah. Yeah. Cause like, bro, you are not that important.
Mm-mm.
Nobody knows you, and when you die, no one will remember you. That's
Mm-mm.
harsh. But it's just
Mm-mm.
like, chill.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, are you
No.
looking for a gold digger or something? Do you want somebody to just like fall at your feet and then like want to like just chase you for your money? Is that what you're looking for? Because I hate when they say that like I just don't want all these girls who just want my money, they just want this, they want that. But it's like if you're leading with that, then what are you expecting?
I'd be like, what money?
Yeah,
What goal?
like Daffy Duck.
Uh,
Felt felt the need to mention his Tesla. Like, ooh, girl, you gonna make me throw you in the back of my Tesla? Okay, what? Like, what? Why did that even need to be said? Like, what are you talking about here? It's just like an unnecessary flex. Like,
It,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think men don't want to admit it, but they're looking for validation
Mm-hmm.
a lot more often than women are, even though like we're the ones who are often accused of it, and
Mm-hmm.
they try to flex. I've had so many guys, so many try to flex on me, and I'm just like, I'm not your competition, bro.
No,
Like
not at all.
I legit had a guy one time. What was it? I was like telling him something. I think I was like talking about like, oh, I have like these many degrees, right? We're just
Mm-hmm.
having a conversation. Oh, well, you have 2 degrees. I have 3 degrees. Didn't know it was a competition, but
Yeah.
okay, cool. Or I'm like, oh yeah, like I ran a half marathon.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 2.5 hours or whatever. Like, oh, well, I ran one in an hour and a half.
Like,
Okay,
chill,
and
bro.
I
Chill.
know, like, are we competing? Or
Right.
I thought we were trying to see if we were gonna be in a relationship, but apparently I'm
Like,
the ops. So
right.
let's go.
Like,
Let's
you thought
go.
you was one of the alpha males out there trying to compete.
Look, I
God.
have been told that I'm intimidating, but
Yeah, but it's like almost like a what is it song like a Mr. Me Too? Like why? We're not in competition with each other.
not at all. And I can almost 100% guarantee that I don't give a fuck
Mm-hmm.
about anything you saying too. So.
No, like no,
Yeah,
no.
that's really weird, and
Mm-hmm.
I think also I do think men try to compete with women, especially like women who like are accomplished and
Mm-hmm.
successful. Like they see that as threatening, and so they try to for real flex, and it's just like you cheating yourself, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I'm not interested.
Nope, not at all. Like, look, you come on over here and flex and take this trash out, pay these bills, fix my lights, pump my gas. Like, you got it. You can lead all of this.
Ooh.
Okay?
Flex on something I care about.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes. But
fix
you
all this
telling
shit
me
around the house.
exactly. But you telling me your finances and your vehicle and all that, like, okay. You can drive me around it, and I'm fine with that. I'll sit in the passenger seat, but we ain't driving off a cliff together. I'm gonna tell you, we're going down the wrong direction. But yeah, it's um, that's one of my in person icks.
I agree. I agree.
So one that has been a ick for as far as I can remember, child, is, and I think it's a condition for this, but if I can hear you chew and I can smell what's going
Oh,
on in your mouth, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna uh-uh. Like, why can I hear everything in your mouth moving? I don't want to hear it. It drives me crazy. Like, stop. I can't. Mm-mm.
there's definitely a condition. I don't remember the name of it, but it is.
Or the one, like, oh my God.
Wait, did you finish Love is Blind?
Yes, and I'm waiting for tomorrow.
How did you feel about Clay eating that soup?
Girl, I had to find something else to do. I was folding laundry while that part was on. Ironically enough, I was like, I have to start doing something else because I can't focus. If I focus in, I'm locked in, and I'm just like, oh no, what is happening? Like, stop, stop, stop that. So it worked out perfectly.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. I can't. I remember I had an ex. I used to say, I was like, you and your stupid little mouth. Like, what are you doing? I did. he would laugh it off, but I'm like, yeah, no, bro, I don't want to hear that. That's too much. That's doing it. Mm-mm. So that's one. Other one is drinking or eating from my utensil, especially in the initial phase. Like, no, I
Mm.
can get like later on we're in a relationship, things like that. But if, I say, oh, you should try this drink, that I have is really good. That don't mean grab my straw. And then she's like, I'm like, I don't want that anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that. The straw doesn't bother me as much. It depends on what level the drink is at.
Hmm.
Because if the drink is toward the bottom, then no, because I feel like that's like backwash.
Hmm.
But like the straw doesn't bother me, but never eat off of my fork or
Mm-mm.
spoon. I don't. We could be married for 10 years. Don't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. How you feel about sharing toothbrushes?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
I
no.
agree. So one guy, I swear I think he used my toothbrush. So we went
Oh
on a
no.
trip and he forgot his toothbrush. And so I was like, well, maybe you can call down, to the front desk and I'm sure, they probably like have some that they can like send up to the room. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna get around to it. And I'm like, okay, well, we about to leave the room pretty soon. Like, you wouldn't brush your teeth before we leave, right? So he went to the bathroom and like started getting ready and things like that. And then like shortly after we were leaving, and I'm like, so you're not gonna call the front desk? It was like it's either one of two things. Either he didn't brush his teeth that day, or he had to use my toothbrush. So yeah. Let's say after that, I did not want to use that toothbrush anymore at
It's
all.
funny. I feel every guy that I've dated, like if I forgot my toothbrush for whatever reason, like if I
Mhm.
went to their house, they're like, just use mine. I'm just like, no, I just have stank breath. Sorry about it. Sorry about it. I can't do it. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No, you got some mouthwash? I'll do that, but
All right, I've
I'm
used the
not.
finger thing before with toothpaste and,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
mouthwash, but I'm like, mm-mm.
Uh, no.
No, mm-mm.
That's a good one. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
And then, okay, so this is one I get a lot, and I think that's why I've kind of like tailored telling people what I actually do is if they only want to discuss my job or they want to tell other people what I do. And so
Mm.
I had one guy, and he regretted it after the fact. We were sitting at the bar and we were eating, and then he was just like, "Oh yeah, my girl, she's in the military," and it took off from there. The guy was like, "Oh really? I wanted to join and this, and this. And then he had all these questions. And I'm just sitting there like, I am supposed to be having a drink, relaxing, and getting to know you. And now this guy has took over our date because now he has a bunch of questions and everything. And then sure enough, he regretted because he's sitting there like, okay, he's not going to stop. And I'm like, and of course, I'm engaged to him. Like, I'm going to answer his questions. I'm like, you did this, bro. You did
Yeah. No, I
this.
hate that. That's very annoying. And
Yeah.
it's so weird because like when they find out, it's like they become enamored with it. And
Mhm.
it's just like,
Mm.
I mean,
And they want to
people
talk
can
about it.
disagree, but I'm just like, it's just a job at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
gotta pay the bills, right? It's like I'm like it
Yeah,
pays the bills, you
like
know. So yeah, that and it's just like, well, how was this and how was that? Well, this is. I'm just like I don't want to talk about this. I just want to be me in this moment and not my job and not my
yeah.
career. It's like, you know what? If you got interested, I know a few people I can get you in contact with to get you signed up. It's no problem. Okay.
You should like have your car with you and just be like, contact me during my business hours.
Right? Like, so that's one that gets me, which also leads into talking politics. I hate that too. It's just like, why? Why must we sit here and talk about politics? Like, really? That's all we have to talk about right now? And I remember what happened on my trip to Barbados, that was one of the issues. Remember that? And then we sitting there having cocktails
Oh, yeah, 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 I
Yeah.
remember.
And then it took off and it started from my job. And then now they want to talk about who's coming in office, thoughts, and I'm just like, I am not here for this whatsoever. You are ruining my rum punch buzz. So,
Yeah, I feel like politics and religion, like those conversations early on or like on a first date, like those give me the ick
mm, yes, yes,
big
yes, yes.
time.
And those that can't control their alcohol and they're sloppy and they're loud, because I'm not one for scenes. I hate like when people that want to cause scenes and act a complete fool out in public. Like, no, no. I went out with a guy, we was drinking, we were at Dave and Buster's. Dave and Buster's at all places. He got completely trashed. We're
At
walking
Dave and
around.
Buster's.
Yes, walking around trying to play games. There's kids. He got bumping kids and then looking at them crazy. I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, and this was
That's
the
a
first date.
choice.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh no. And then I was like, yeah, so I think I'm ready to go home. And he just felt some way, type of way completely. I'm just like, you not ready to go home and sleep this off? Like, bro, this is not the place or anything like that. So yeah, I don't. And then lastly, just can't make a decision whatsoever on a time to meet, place. Like, if you're inviting me out, then I'm gonna need you to have it planned. You know, like don't leave it open invitation or around this time frame because I like to be on time and I like to plan my day
Good for
and
you.
my whole operation, because I'm an introvert, so I need to say, okay, how much energy do I need to exert today to be able to fully function, and be able to give my all during this date. Because if I do too much throughout the day and then you say, oh, hey, let's meet, I'm like, I'm kind of
Eh.
tapped.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I feel like being indecisive will get you left behind.
Hmm.
Or, I think like another ick, and maybe it has to do with being indecisive, but like wait until the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that shows me that you don't value my time or that you think I'm waiting around for you. So
Mm-hmm.
like one or both of those, and neither of those work for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a that's pretty solid list. It's it's better than mine because mine again, mine was things that people can't really control and it's not their fault. I'm sorry that I'm the way that I am, but it's just
Well, I do have one that kind of like goes like I forgot to put this one down. Those that are like, I want my girl to be in shape or work
uh,
out, and then
uh,
they got a
that's a red
whole
flag.
cake or something. I'm like, well, how often do you work out? Oh, I'm trying to get started. I gained a lot of weight over COVID. COVID was how many years ago at this point? Like, you ain't worked out yet. And I'm usually like not that person, but I'm like, if you starting out like I like my girl to be in shape, and he's like, you didn't open up the door, bro. Okay, because now I'm looking back at you like, okay, well, what we doing on your end with this, you know? So, yeah.
Um, that's a red flag for me. Like, if a guy tells me he wants a girl that looks a certain way,
Mm,
I'm just like, oh, you are not for me. And even though 9 times out of 10, they are describing my body type. But I'm just like, I'm not flattered. I'm
mm,
not flattered at all. I
mm,
had this one guy, um, which it was kind of disappointing because like he was he was okay. Like he was acceptable looking. He was a little on the heavier side, but he just looked like he looked nice. He looked like
mm,
he had like a nice face. And I just really wanted to talk to somebody nice. So that's why I swiped on him. But anyway, so we started talking and he's just like, "Oh, your body's amazing. You look so good. Like I love girls with your body type."
mm,
And and I was just like, "Oh, okay." And he was just like, "But why did you swipe on me? Like, are you into guys on the pudgier side?" And I was just like, no, but like I'm not. But it's like you look nice. And so like I wanted to talk to you and get to know you,
Yeah.
going a little bit outside of my norm.
Mhm.
And so then when he kept like talking about my body, I was
Yeah.
just like, question for you. Why is it that you are so into my body type, but not girls who look like you? And
Mhm.
he was just like, oh, so because I'm big, I gotta date big girls. I was like, did I say that? Did I?
Oh
Did I say
no.
that? Or did I ask you a question? And he was
Uh-huh.
like, I was just trying to give you a compliment and let you know that your body looks good. I was like, yeah, but you're doing it in a way that insinuates that you're putting down women who don't look like me.
Mm.
And that's the part that's not cool to me. Cause
Mhm.
like the way he was framing it,
Yeah.
it was just like my body was so desirable compared to somebody who
Mhm.
was on the larger side. And I was just like,
Mhm.
you literally you didn't have to frame it that way. You
Yeah.
didn't have to like try to put down girls who are heavier to
Mhm.
make me feel bad. I first of all, and I told him I was like, I know I look good, so I
Mhm.
don't need you to tell me that. So
Mhm.
let's get that let's get that 100% clear,
Yeah.
okay? I know what I got going on here. I don't need you to hype me up.
Mhm.
But then to add on to that to try to put down other women, I was like, that's the part that is not okay with me.
Mm-mm.
And it's just like I feel like guys like that probably like don't like themselves. And like that's why they like,
Yeah.
girls like us who are on the smaller, more petite side. Well,
Mhm.
Toya's fit. I'm just small. Toya's in shape. I'm just a small person. But I just feel like there's some self-loathing there for
Yeah.
some reason, and I don't like that. It's a red flag for me because
Mhm.
I feel like you're always gonna make weight an issue, and at some point you're gonna try to make me feel bad for being like a small person
Yeah.
and you not being able to get your act together or whatever.
Yeah.
And nah, I
Mm.
can't deal with that.
I feel that way with colorism too. Like guys that
Mm.
specify, oh, I only like light skinned girls, or oh, I only like dark skinned girls.
Yeah.
It's like, bruh, have you seen you? Like, like, how are you a colorist amongst your own race? Like that is just, I've had a guy like that. I was like, yeah, I only like light skinned girls. And I'm just like, okay, I appreciate that, but that doesn't sit right with me. The fact that you're
Yeah,
discriminating against my dark skinned sisters. Like, what?
it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Mm-mm. So
And
yeah.
like again, I'm all for people having their preferences. Like
Hmm.
I have my preferences,
Hmm.
but like I don't think I would ever discount somebody
Hmm.
unless like it was like a moral or
Yeah.
a value or ethics issue.
Yeah.
But it's weird cuz like I don't know, am I dark? Like I'm brown.
You're
I don't
brown.
know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what color I am. But anyways,
Yeah.
like I'm on the darker side. And it's just like you don't like me because of something I literally cannot control? Like,
That kind of stuff blows my
yeah,
mind. I don't know.
that's so weird. It's
I
it's strange.
I will say that I did cancel a date on a guy because he was very judgmental towards his ex-girlfriend. And I was like getting the details for it. And he said that they had been dating for like a few years. And he was like, his final straw was one day he came home and he was sitting there on the couch and she came home from work and she went straight to the refrigerator, opened up a beer, and then sat down on the couch with him and started drinking the beer with him. And I'm like, so what's the problem? He was like, she shouldn't have been drinking beer. She should be drinking wine. I was like,
Fuck?
right? I was like, so that was the final
What?
straw for you. That the fact that she felt like she wanted a beer that day and you feel like she should only drink wine. I was like, well, sir, you don't want to go out with me tomorrow because and it was supposed to be the next day. I was like, you don't want to go out with me tomorrow because I'm going to order a beer intentionally. And I'm going to sit there at the table and I'm going to drink my beer and I'm going to cheers to you as well. I was like, yeah, no, we shouldn't.
Look, I don't even drink beer. I hate beer, but I would order a beer too, and I would suffer through that just to see the disgust in his face.
I was
Cause fuck you. What
like,
the
right?
fuck?
I was like, wow, okay, okay. But I was like, hey, to each his own. But for me, it's not. No, I can't. Mm-mm.
Nope.
It's too much. No, because then y'all can see you like nitpicking everything else. Like, what's next? Am I only supposed to wear skirts and dresses?
Am I only supposed to be in the kitchen?
Right. I like, mm-mm. Yeah, but again, to each his own, but it just, no.
Like it's a
Mm-mm.
no for me.
Mm-hmm. Like your good morning. Good morning. No.
No. Not today.
I like it. I like it. This was fun. I like this.
This was fun, but you know what would be even more fun? I want to hear about your date that you had today.
Oh my God. That's what we're doing.
Yes, because only one of us on this call has gone on dates, and it's not me.
Oh man. So this was date number two
Date number
with
two.
a guy I met during the All-Star weekend.
Did we give him a name?
No, not yet.
Does he get
Hmm.
a name?
I don't know. I don't know. Except my bar at this point is I'm just like I don't know. There could be so many different names. I don't know. Maybe next time. Give me a moment to think.
Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, see what's fitting. But it was nice. The first day we went to Top Golf, and it was more interactive and everything, and it was good. Wasn't really room for like really getting to know you space. So it was like we basically played. There was some competitive nature, which was good. Some fun back and forth banter, and then from there we pretty much went our ways, and then we planned this date. And so this date we went out for dinner. Was able to talk a little bit more, and it was good. It was easy. Like I say, the conversation's easy. It flows. There's really no flags that's kind of popping up right now. That's like, uh,
No, I don't think you understand how good that actually is.
yeah. This is like it's easy, and it's just like it blows my mind. It's like, okay.
So, after your first date, you said you got friendship vibes.
hmm
How do you feel after this date?
I still kind of feel friendship vibe.
Okay.
I do. I haven't really gotten any warm or fuzzy or any tingling or anything, anything of that nature. We talked about futuristic things, and so we'll see. I'm gonna try something new with the whole taking it slow method and see
Okay.
if it kind of develops. I'm kind of thinking along the realm of married at first sight, but just without the
Okay.
marriage. You know how they like take it slow, kind of get to know each other in the process, and then see if more feelings develop and grow over time in the midst
Mhm.
of kind of building that emotional kind of connection. Because we do kind of
Mhm.
like have already like a semi-emotional connection because you did have like a tragedy that happened last week, so we kind of connected off of that. But we'll see if anything grows from there. Yeah. And he's already thinking futuristically. He invited me to the game in
What
April.
game? What game?
Miami Heat and the Pacers. They're coming
When is it?
April. April, I want to say April 7th. I know it was in April. And he
Okay.
said he got like two tickets. And if that's something I'm interested in, I'm like, April, we ain't even made it to March yet. So
I'd be like, where the seats at? Is it a box?
I
Is
know I
it
didn't
full?
even ask that. And again, it just kind of like went over. I was just like, oh, okay, well, like I didn't
Well,
even think,
that's
yeah,
nice.
one day at a time.
I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah, exactly. So, it was good. It was a good time. And
Well,
we've been
yeah.
talking, he's one of the ones that like, hey, we've been actually like talking for a little bit before we actually met, the
Mhm.
first time. So, and he's consistent with the communication, which is real big. I would say that's definitely one of the perks because he's consistent with the good mornings and checking on me throughout the day and then checking on me like after work and stuff. Even though I haven't been really like the initiator a lot of the times. And
Yeah.
yeah, he's kind of like making by his consistency, it's kind of making me want to be consistent in my responses and stuff as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we'll see what
This
grows or happens from this.
Yeah, this is good. It's a start.
Yeah.
It's something.
Yeah, and it's also different because the physical aspect isn't fully there.
Mm.
Um, so that is one of the things I'm, like, okay, well, that can always grow or develop, over time. So that's what I'm kind of seeing, like, can we build a better bond, bigger bond, initially elsewhere before it gets there? Look at me growing up.
I'm so proud of you. Look at this.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, look, I'm quick to just like, all right, I'm out. So,
But you are giving it a chance. You are letting things develop. You
mhm,
are you're doing your due diligence
yeah.
at the very least. And
Mhm,
I commend you for trying to see if there's more of an emotional connection since the physical
mhm,
isn't quite there. Because
mhm.
that is where I would have a hard stop. And I would just be like, bye. I'd just be like, no.
Wait, we gotta give a special shout out to you though
What did I do?
before that. Wing woman. Yes,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes, yes. So we went out Thursday,
We did. I forgot
and
about this.
she was wing woman. She came through. You was like finding connections for like everybody, wasn't you? Like it was like what, four of us?
Literally everybody. I was just like, you, my friend, over there, go. I was like a director.
Yeah. And there we're going, honey. Yes. And then you had a conversation.
I did,
What
yes.
was it? Mr. Salmon? Was it salmon color blazer? His blazer or salmon? Looked like a salmon color from a distance.
I think it was tan.
Was it tan? Oh yeah, way off. Yeah. The light made it look like salmon from the
Yeah,
distance.
yeah. I think it was like a tan blazer. Yes, I had a conversation. We did not exchange numbers, and I'm okay with that. He had small thumbs, so, and I think he was shorter than I thought he was.
Mm,
I don't know.
yeah.
But if
You're
I
just
see him
being out there and
again,
you're talking.
I am. If I see him again and we exchange numbers, cool.
Hmm.
If I don't, cool.
And then there was
Yeah.
another guy that was after you too. He was cute.
Oh,
The
I
one you
miss
were
him.
dancing with, the one you kept dancing with.
Oh, girl.
He was
Thank
cute.
you.
He was. He was
Oh,
cute.
sorry, dude.
If he
I
was a
didn't
little
know.
taller, I would have been like, mm.
That was This is my problem, right? Because I'm like, nobody talks to me, and it's nobody talks to me. I don't register if a guy talks to me if he's not cute. Like it just doesn't register. And I didn't register this guy as cute. Maybe if he was taller, I would have thought like, oh, okay. Because I had my eye on another guy who was like tall, but he was dancing with this older lady. So I didn't like get to talk to him. But he also looked really young. So I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. I
Mm-hmm.
will go back there at some point because I think when it gets warmer, I think the crowd's gonna be a little different. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Um, but yeah, I'm out here. I'm talking to guys.
Yes.
If nothing else, I'll be a wing woman. I feel like that's my strong suit. Maybe that's my calling in life to just be a wing woman for people.
Oh,
And
no,
maybe they'll
yeah.
have a friend, and then that's how I'll meet my man.
The kickbacks. But no, I am proud of
Oh,
you for actually talking and approaching and getting out there and getting those conversations started. Because even in the midst of that, it's like it's practice of figuring out icebreakers and stuff. So that's it. I'm proud.
yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna do it again this weekend, which means you have to come with me. I need you, Elena, and Mariah to always be next to me so that way I can be a wing woman and talk to men. That's the only way.
Okay, I told you I'll go. I just got to manage my social battery for the rest of this week. Got another college tomorrow. Up in Terre Haute.
Hey, go say
So.
hi. Go say hi to my man.
I thought I was like, I'm going to Terre.
Cause when you drive by a honk, I'm gonna send him a text tonight. I'm gonna say, listen for a honk. What time?
That well, it's at 1, so we probably leave around 11. And because I think it's like 2 hours almost or something like that. Because we gotta get set up and stuff. But it's from 1 to 3.
I bet you pass by it because I feel like that place isn't that big.
I'm gonna have to look for it now to see if it is. Because I've never paid any mind whatsoever.
I would text him. I'm like, hey, my friend's gonna be up that way.
Beep
Way better when she drives by.
beep.
Beep, beep.
Oh
Oh,
my
that's so
God.
funny.
Yeah.
He texts me and I never respond because I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Uh, but I'm gonna text him tonight.
Yes. 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 Let him know I'll be in the area.
Yeah, he could probably find you a man. I mean,
Right.
the bar's already in hell, so why not?
Look, I said, hey, he might be there. Okay, he might be.
At least it's minimum security, so he didn't do anything that
Right. Like, look, we can work through some things. Okay.
bad. Or maybe he works there.
Hmm. Yeah.
There's that.
I
There's
like a
that.
man with authority. Authority.
Authority.
Yes. Yeah. Never know. Maybe I might. Let's see. Stop by. See what I can come up with. No, no. But no, this week, yes. Let me know. What's the festivities? Test out those wing woman skills of
Mm.
mine because we're going to get you. Yes, so we're going to get him. Yeah, it's going to happen. We're going to get you some dates.
You
Dates and
know
time.
what? We'll practice, but I feel like Houston, that's gonna be the main event. We can practice here, but I just feel like my man's in Texas, and I'm not talking about Alamo Bay. Um, I just feel like my man's down south or in the east.
Hmm.
He ain't here.
Practice is good. So yes, we gotta be ready because
Mhm.
Houston is coming and we can't be half stepping. Look, I need to figure out if I can find someone ready to
Maybe two
love men.
stepping. Oh wait, what?
They're ready to love men. Have you seen that show?
Mm-mm.
Ready? Oh man, that's another dating show. Black singles in Texas. And I know they've done Dallas, they've done Houston. Can't think of where they are now. Are they in Houston? I'm not sure where they are right now, but they have some good looking men that's on that show that's from that area. So I run into one of them. I'm ready to
Mm.
love.
Mm.
Or shoot, look, we need to be on the show. We need to find where they have them castings and then and go on Ready to Love show.
Speaking of like casting, I I was on TikTok and this guy, he was making a video about how like the casting director or whatever reached out to him to be on Love is Blind. And he was
Really?
kind of cute. So I just like slid into his DMs. I was just like So you single? Cause you kind of cute. He
Hmm.
hasn't responded, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yes. You gotta shoot them shots, honey.
Yeah, I was like, at this point, I might as well just shoot for the moon. I'm just
Mhm.
shooting my shots at any guy. At some point, somebody has to say yes,
Yes.
right?
Yes, indeed. I may or may not be guilty of shooting my shot at somebody that was on camera.
Oh my goodness.
I did. I did.
Did they
Nothing.
respond?
No, no response.
Mm.
I
Oh
don't know
my.
how that works though. I'm assuming that you're bombarded with a bunch of messages and then you kind of
Yeah,
got
I
to
would
go through and
think
accept
so.
them.
Yeah. Yeah, if your page is set up like that where somebody doesn't know you and they message you, you have to look in your request.
Yeah. So,
Well, you know what? Shooting my shot all 2024, even though I don't like men, I'm still shooting my shot.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get one by the end of the year. I'm gonna get one by the summer. I
Facts.
I know it. Even if it's Alamo Bay, I'm gonna have somebody by the summer.
Houston's gonna happen. I'm convinced.
Mm,
I have high hopes for Houston. I'm excited.
me too.
Yeah. So, without further ado, this has been Icks. Um, any last minute ick that we may have not covered or discussed?
Uh, at this point, men are an ick for me. this,
I need y'all to do better, man. Y'all got to get it together. I know
y'all,
there's hope. There's hope. We're giving up
it's
hope.
it's crazy. Like at this point, I don't like men, but I'm still attracted to them. And sometimes I wish I was gay. I feel like my life would be a little bit easier, but
Sometimes I think like that, but then I'm like, I would beat my ass. I'm just like, I could not deal with me. I'm like, no.
I think that's what I think about too. Like I'm unhinged. And if I was dating somebody who is like me, I would be like, bitch, get the fuck out. What the fuck is wrong with you? So, I know I'm supposed to be with a man.
Yeah. We do not
I'm not
condone violence, okay? I mean, I'm gonna shut the shit out of myself. Like, I can't.
bitch slap the fuck out of me. Woo!
Nah, 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 nah. See, I told you.
You know, I will say all the men who have put up with my shit, they truly were saints because
Yeah.
I I'm a piece of work.
Yeah, we all are. We all are.
But no, I don't have any other icks. I did hear on a podcast, Jay Shetty's podcast. If you don't listen to it, it's On Purpose with Jay Shetty, one of my faves.
Mm,
He was basically saying like if you if you have a lot of icks and those icks are keeping you from like getting to know someone, you need to ask yourself like, is this ick making them incapable of being a good partner?
mm,
Or is this just something that you don't like? And if it's something that you don't like, then there are ways to like work around that. But he's essentially saying like, don't let your icks keep you from meeting, your partner.
yeah.
And I would agree with that. I have my icks, but if I met a guy who had some of those icks but checked all my other boxes, well, it depends on the ick. I would be willing to look the other way.
I can't overlook the chewing. I'm sorry. I gotta get that. I'm like, I'm
I
like,
was gonna say that I can't overlook the bad teeth. So,
yeah.
like that's what I said. It depends on the ick. If you have a flat head, come on, baby. Come on, cardboard box, baby. Like we'll make it work. But come
Yeah.
on, bookhead. Come on.
Was it Roblox?
Roblox. Come on, SpongeBob. Like, we'll make it work. But if you got bad teeth, I can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh. It's progress. It's progress. But I do want to hear other people's icks. So leave them in the comments. Let us hear your icks. Okay, if there's something that we might have missed that is an ick for you, or if there's something that we had on our list and you're like, yes, sis, yes, that is definitely an ick. I concur. Let us hear that too. 'Cause, yeah, we are not alone. We can't be alone at all.
Even if I'm alone, I will stand in it. I don't care.
Hmm. He chew too loud. I'm not gonna stick beside him.
Savannah, he's a good man.
Mm, I'm like, I can hear all of his muscles in his. No. So yeah, it's make sure you like us, share, follow us on our social media platforms. Listen to us on all platforms where you get all of your podcasts. Tune in and watch us on YouTube. We have all our videos up there, so you get to see our expressions, our laughs, our ick face as we go through this journey of dating, whether it's online, in real world, and all that fun stuff. Again, continue to keep making comments and posts, and we will still have our Q&A session coming up where we will address those questions that you have for us. And there's nothing else. This has been So Yeah, and we are out.
We're out. What was that?
I don't know, but I like it.
Wait, how
It was like perfectly on time. It's just, I thought you did it.